We lost another icon, folks. Hulk Hogan. Pro wrestler, reality star, actor, beer salesman as of recently. He was a household name. I mean, if you're my age, probably actually if you're 35, 40 and up, definitely 50 and up, you know him. If you're a guy, you probably fell under his spell of Hulkamania, right? Hulkamania. I mean, come on. Come on, brother. For 40 some years, we've talked about the Hulkster. And especially in the last few months, as he got political. Never in his whole career, till it came to Donald Trump. The blonde body slammer who brought pro wrestling into the mainstream in the 80s, while becoming probably the most recognizable celebrity in that entertainment field in his generation, unfortunately died this morning, folks. Terry, that was his name, but we'll just call him the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan was 71. He passed away about an hour after paramedics came to his house. Major cardiac arrest down in Clearwater, Florida, took him to the hospital. That's where he passed. Now, you might recall he had surgery back in May, and a lot of folks have been talking about his health over the last few months. President Donald Trump memorializing his friend earlier today. We lost a great friend today, the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan was MAGA all the way. Strong, tough, smart, but the biggest heart. He gave an absolutely electric speech at the Republican National Convention that was one of the highlights of the entire week. He entertained fans from all over the world, and the cultural impact he had was massive. To his wife Sky and his family, we give our warmest, best wishes and love. Hulk Hogan will be greatly missed. Who could forget that speech, especially when he did what he always did, the iconic ripping off of the t-shirt like we're so accustomed to seeing the Hulkster do for 4 decades. Go ahead, guys.
When they took a shot at my hero, and they tried to kill the next president of the United States, enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpamania run wild, brother. Let Trumpamania rule again. Let Trumpamania make America great again.
Joining us now to help honor the late wrestler, entertainer, and legend, I thought it would be fitting to have Hercules help us pay tribute to the Hulkster, actor, director, producer, and my friend, Kevin Sorbo. Kev, I know that you and the Hulkster had run into each other a lot over the last few months down at Mar-a-Lago, helping to support our amazing president. It's funny, I saw him inauguration week. My wife and I were in D.C. I pulled him aside, gave him my card, asked for an interview. He said, we'll do it. I was talking with some of his people just a few weeks ago about putting him on the show. He wanted to pitch his new American beer brand that he had just launched, and we never got it confirmed because he had that surgery in May, and here he is, 71. We lost him. Talk about an icon, Kevin.
Oh, no question, no question. I grew up in Minnesota, and the big icon there in the wrestling world was Vern Gagne. He was like one of the forefathers of the wrestling world. But I got to meet the Hulkster back in Tampa. My gosh, we're going back at least 20 years for the first time. I think I was still filming in drama. Hercules has been done for a couple of years at that point. And I got to meet 2 of my heroes that day. Not only did I meet him, but I got to meet Jimmy Buffett as well. And took pictures with the guys. And Jimmy Buffett, we lost him last year as well. He's on now. And
well, Kevin, look, we just lost 3 big, if you think about it, right? The Cosby Show was an American, iconic, family-based TV show. And Malcolm and Joel Warner, Huxtable, the kid, he just died, a couple days ago, accidental drowning in Costa Rica. Rip current got him. Then we lost one of the original heavy metal rockers, Ozzy Osbourne, a couple days ago. Another big icon from you and I's era, 70s, 80s, 90s. And then Hulkster, he came on the scene late 70s, early 80s. And I would say, and you chime in here, I don't think that professional wrestling would have reached the peak it did without him out there as like the front man. I mean, there was Macho Man and there was other huge names, but he was like the original, right?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard. I mean, I haven't really been looking in terms of who are there in that world reach out to him. But I'm sure The Rock did some kind of tribute to him. I can't believe he wouldn't have, because that would have been a hero for him as well, growing up in those ranks. Yeah, because he was always an athlete, football player, and all that before he turned to wrestling. But It's just weird, it's weird. And I lost another classmate myself recently, and it's just, you start thinking about that when you're in that 60 world in a way, you start thinking about all these things that's happening in people's lives. And it's bizarre because I still think I'm 35 years old. And I look in the mirror and I look in the mirror and says, you're not, but but it's one of the things. But this guy he was like a larger than life type of character. I mean, he was
Right.
just so out there all the time, but so much. So yeah, we all have ins and outs. We all have downs and stuff. I know he took some criticism for some of the things he said in the past, but we all do. Nobody's perfect. I love the fact when people attack people that say something that they disagree with. These people must be amazingly perfect, sin-free people, and I need to meet them because
Yeah.
they're attacking me all the time. So I need to meet these lovely,
Well,
lovely, heartwarming people.